Hello everybody, and welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. It's not raining today! We got letters, days made, some bamboo shoots, and from Ed. Special delivery of the most amazing dream the other night. You and I owned a very hip housewares boutique and business was booming. This was our best-selling item. We should make the dream a reality. No, we shouldn't. I'm good on money, my man, and I don't want to go in business with you, Ed. Even if we were friends, I would not want garbage bins. Okay. It's not good to go into business with friends. The moment money gets into friendships is the moment those friendships will really start to suffer. Though that isn't what I want to ramble about today. There is actually something I want to ramble about today. And it purely comes off of a video I just got done watching, more or less to kind of kill some time. Well, I say watching. I skimmed through it. Hello, faraway. Be written on a piece of paper that I'd used as a bookmark. This seemed a good way of passing along the recipe idea. Try it out if you have the materials. Tiny library. I already know how to make one of those. So, basically, it was a video on games that this person felt aged perfectly. And they were basically aiming for games that are around 20 years old. The YouTuber is PBG. He's a pretty chill YouTuber. I'm scared to take my eyes off. I'm scared to take my eyes off my bobber. What bobber? But yeah, like he's pretty chill tuber. And like, there were some games he had on his list where I'm just like, I don't know about that one. The one I honestly think I had to disagree with the most was Ocarina of Time. And I know I can feel the Ocarina of Time fanboys like flocking to be like, it's amazing, it's the best game ever made. No, it isn't. Through your nostalgia glasses, I'm sure it is. I don't have those nostalgia glasses for Ocarina of Time. It's kind of mediocre. And like, then you'll get the people going, oh, but the context, you gotta put it in the context of when it came out. Like, it's like, okay, Majora's Mask didn't come out too much later and is the vastly superior game. So, you know, putting it in context, it was a neat tech demo that birthed a far better game. Like, you know. Welcome, chum. Have a look. No rush at all. What we got? I do kind of want the soccer socks just because they look like standard socks. It's so close to the kind of bag I want, but it's not quite. Nothing standing out, no problem. Come back visit anytime, mate. Will do, my man. Gala! Steven, hey, nice to see you. Let's talk. It's so great to feel the fresh air on my face. Makes it worth leaving home. I really wish it wasn't raining so I could feel the same thing. But it's still raining. It's been like... Basically, my birthday was the only day it didn't rain for like the past like week. Which I'm glad for, but like, I also wish it would stop raining finally. It's rained enough. Hello, Naomi. Good morning, Steven. Today feels like it's going to be a fabulous day, Moolah. Let's chat. This double sofa is simply amazing. It's comfortable to sit on and good for spinal alignment. You should try sitting on it sometime. I promise it'll do wonders for your posture, Moolah. How do you know I have bad posture? She can see me. She can see me. I need a good posture. But yeah, like, something that was basically asked was, you know, effectively, you know, what games would you add to the list? And, like, there's so many. I'm almost tempted to do my own, like, list like that of, like, my favorite games that I feel like aged well. Which I feel... This is gonna sound really, like, cocky, but I feel like my list will be a little more objective. Because, like, yeah, there are some genuinely really good, well-aged games on Peebs' list, but, like, again, Ocarina of Time. He did fully admit that he didn't go with, Wind Waker, because he was trying to only do one Zelda game, and he's talked about Wind Waker a lot, and he's also talked about Majora's Mask a lot, and he hasn't really talked about Ocarina of Time much at all. That kind of goes to show it probably didn't age the best, now did it, if you're not talking about it very much. But talking about the games that came out after it. I mean, he's even talked about Link to the Past more. Like, which honestly, even like, as far as Zelda games go, Link to the Past was better than Ocarina of Time back in the day. The only thing Ocarina of Time had going for it was visuals. It's like Final Fantasy VII. No, it isn't Steven. Glad to hear your voice. Let's talk, my man. We didn't become friends. You're not my friend. Stop pretending you are, Ed. I want you off this island, my man. Like, I can even feel with that one, the Final Fantasy VII fanboys going, oh, it's the best game ever made, it's the best RPG ever. It's like, no, it's not. Yay, Steven, I was just thinking about how I wanted to see you. Let's chat. Just thinking about you, thinking about seeing your face, your big old adorable round head. Okay, I should really, like, go to the Nooklings, because I know I don't have anything to sell. Well, I have stuff to sell, I don't have everything to sell yet. I want to see what the Monday morning tournament prices are. But, like, a lot of people would throw, like, Diablo 2 on a list, and Peeps did. And I've got that on there, too. Diablo 2 aged amazingly. It's still really fun, really intuitive, looks great. The remaster is better, it's more balanced, it's, you know, it's still got its broken qualities, but it's definitely, you know, it's definitely, I'd say, better. Okay, 132 is what we're starting the week with. Alright, so I could sell right now for a profit, but I'm gonna hold, because I'm gonna trust the process. But, like, I would also, myself, add Champions of Norath to that. PlayStation 2 game, Diablo-like. I honestly feel Champions of Norath aged a bit better as comparing directly to the non-remastered Diablo 2, just simply because it is more balanced. Honestly, Champions of Norath feels like the best sequel to Diablo 2 that's ever been made. Like, there's other games that took the Diablo formula and made better games from it. But, Champions of Norath is probably the closest gameplay-wise to Diablo 2 that is an improvement on Diablo 2. Diva's chilling up here. Oh, we may as well see if this is her lost item. Hey girl, what up? Did you lose something? Quack! Feeling psyched, squeak. Did you drop this? You find something? Yeah, I did. It's right here. Is this yours? Doesn't look like mine, but you know who I bet it belongs to? Go talk to Gala. Alright, it's Gala's bag. She'll be very glad to get that back then. Along the lines with... Oh, there was a flower there. I'm not going to get full money. Rock. I didn't notice. No. And there goes my shovel. Well, I was going to say I shouldn't have done that, but my shovel was about to break anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I'll come say hi to Pinky before I go buy a new shovel. Then take this lost item over to Gala. I am really tired today. I did not sleep long. Oh, Serrano's here too. Hey man, hey, came to see Pinky too. Three minds think alike. One chat. Say you don't know someone till you've seen where they live. Believe that? I believe it after visiting Pinky's. There was more personality in there than I knew what to do with. I had Pinky figured all wrong. Serrano and me are hanging out today. The latest. Oh, you're both here at the same time. How totally weird. Both of you, here, at the same time. What a weird day. So weird. I love that dialogue, because it does very much have the, you know, Christmas, just a week away kind of vibes. Just get some vine booms going on in there. But, another game I would throw on there that aged, honestly, quite perfectly would be, the original StarCraft. Specifically StarCraft Brood War, but I would go even more specific and say StarCraft 64. That is personal preference. Objectively, the PC version is better. StarCraft 64 does have a lot of quality of life changes that I really enjoy. So, like, I definitely prefer that version. I kind of wish with StarCraft Remastered they would have kept the quality of life changes that were done by the N64 port of the game. But I understand that a lot of people who really love the original Brood War really don't like those quality of life changes and feel as it's almost like dumbing down or babyifying the game. Which I kind of get, I also kind of don't. Because basically a lot of the quality of life changes are like your workers automatically going to work instead of having to be told to go and do things. Which basically takes a lot of the micromanaging out of building workers. You know, so much to see, even when you're just out for a walk. Snorty, did you drop something? Maybe. What is it? It's this bag. I searched everywhere for this bag. You don't need to. But I'll take the shirt anyway. It's an open collar shirt. I'm sure I can find a use for it. Guess my next stop will be the Able Sisters. But, like, Uncharted Waters on the SNES. I would throw that on there, too. It's just really nice. You need to like Age of Sail games for Uncharted Waters to be good, but I like Age of Sail games. That's probably the least objective of the games I would throw of just being really good. Final Fantasy 4, 6, or 9, take your pick. They're all really good. Okay, I don't know what the open collar shirt's gonna look like. But I'm gonna go with... I'm gonna go with this. And then I'm gonna put the open collar shirt on. Yeah, I look great, basically without a shirt on. Mabes, please. Yeah, that works. Well, it's Monday. Back to the fabric mines. Aww. Like, honestly, if I had to absolutely pick one of those three Final Fantasies, I would say 9. But 6 is right up there. 4 is probably the weakest of the lot. It's the oldest of the lot. So, it makes sense that it would be the weakest. But it's still really good. It's also the introduction to Dark Knights. And Paladins. 6 is the basically big introduction to summons as things more than just things you draw power from. 9 has probably one of the best stories in gaming, period. And visually still looks amazing. Like, literally, if you were to just upscale the textures of Final Fantasy IX, ta-da, there's your remaster. Like, hey Steven, perfect timing. Come take a look, Hammy. What's that? I can't believe it. I made a gold rose crown. So jogging the other day and somewhere around the 53rd mile, inspiration just hit me. Or it could have been dehydration. Either way, check it out and stay hydrated. Building it was a hard workout routine. You know, I'm all about sharing my routines. What do you say? You want to get built making yourself a golden rose? Yeah, sure, teach me, my man. I don't have any gold roses, but, you know, I'll take it. Oh. I'm kind of annoyed that I'm yawning this much. Because, as always, the episode of Tulip that probably went up earlier today, it hasn't been recorded yet. I'm hoping I'll wake up a little more here in a bit. Maybe I just need some food. I don't know. Oh, there's probably our final fossil. Maybe. Could also be Gyroid. Nope, final fossil. Okay. Yeah, like, there's so many, like, amazing old games. Like, I'm pretty sure I forget if it's Fire Emblem 5 or 6. Whichever one was just titled Fire Emblem in North America. I'm pretty sure that one's around 20 years old. And is absolutely amazing. Fire Emblem The Sacred Stones is also amazing. And conveniently, if you want a playthrough of that game that was done by younger me, which was less confident, but still decently confident at video making, had never done a turn-based strategy game as a series before that, but I feel like if I were to do another one, I would be definitely better at making those videos. I do have a series on the Sacred Stones. But, it's a pretty good game. You can also play it on Nintendo Switch Online if you have access to the Game Boy Advance games, which I'm pretty sure you do with just basic NSO. Like, it's a really good game. It holds up amazingly well. If you've played a modern Fire Emblem and like them, you will probably also like Fire Emblem and Fire Emblem and Sacred Stones. Like, they're both really freaking good games. Trying to think through more games. It's like there's so many I could go with. I just don't want to like sit here listing like every good game from my childhood, basically. I would not put a Mario Kart game on that list. And I say that purely just because of how much better those games have become over time. Like, sure, I put a ton of hours into Mario Kart 64. But going back to it, after having played 7, 8 Deluxe, it doesn't hold up. So it didn't age even well. Like, that's another thing to consider when you're talking about a game aging well, is going back to it, or someone who's never played it before. What would their experience be? Like, I'm fairly confident someone who plays, say, Diablo 4, or Path of Exile 2, Last Epic. If you've played any of those games, you will probably enjoy Diablo 2 and Champions of Norath. Like, any of the old Kirby games. If you've played a recent Kirby game, you loved it, going back to the older ones, you're probably going to love them too, because they've aged well. But like, something like Ocarina of Time, if you've played Breath of the Wild, Skyward Sword, Twilight Princess, Tears of the Kingdom, Wind Waker even. If you go back to Ocarina of Time, it's probably not gonna feel very good. And you're probably not gonna be going, well, I'm sure this was really impressive at the time. Like, you're not judging the game whether it was impressive at the time, and visually, yeah, Ocarina of Time was quite impressive when it came out. The problem is, gameplay-wise, it just has not aged. At all. Like, it's kinda bad. Not gonna lie. Well, I wouldn't say it's bad. It's still a good game. It's just far from the best Legend of Zelda game. Like, I would say Ocarina of Time is just good. It's not great. It's not amazing. It's just good. And, like, I've not played the 3DS remaster. Maybe that makes it better, but I've not played that one. I own the original... Literally, the copy that we own of Ocarina of Time still has the censored... what became censored chanting. It's, you know, one of the original copies of the game. Like... that, you know, and also, like, the symbol on the mirror shield, which has left me, like... Usually when I'll see, like, people playing, like, Ocarina of Time, I'm like, wait, that's not the mirror shield. Is that, like, a DRM thing? And then I have to remember, wait, no, that's they're playing a later revision. I got effectively the 1.0 copy. So, like, you know... pretty nice, but even with that, like, and like, it's the game I grew up with, so you would think I would be all over it, like, ugly on an 8, but, nah, I greatly prefer Majora's Mask, even though I didn't play that properly until quite a bit later, because, we did borrow it from a friend, like, one of my older brothers borrowed it from a friend when I was a lot younger, but I was only, like, allowed to watch. I was never allowed to play, because the general thing was, oh, well, the game's darker and spookier, like, you shouldn't play it. I wasn't even technically allowed to watch, I just would. Like, I remember at one point, like, sneaking down at, like, 3 in the morning, to watch my older brother and his friend playing Majora's Mask, because, like, I loved the game. I loved watching it. It never once caused me any trouble. I probably could have played it, no problem, but, you know, it's an older rated game, not allowed to play it. It's like, really? Honestly, my own experience with games of higher age ratings is why, like, if I ever have kids, I'm going to judge a game off of the game, not its age rating, of whether it is fine for them to play it. Like, the best way to put it is I'm going to be approaching it on, you know, basically the scale of, is this safe for small ears and eyes? If so, they're good with it. Like, just because, like, there's so many games that I was not allowed to play when I was younger that really aren't bad. Like, you know, bad in the way of, like, you know, someone younger than the age rating shouldn't play. It's just the age rating for a lot of games is almost arbitrary, because, like, here's an example I can give. You could have an amazingly child-friendly game. Like, it could literally be an edutainment game, learning your basic colors. One of the characters has a cigarette in their mouth, T rating, automatically. Like, that's what I mean by it's pretty arbitrary, because use of drugs. There's drugs being used, that's a T rating now. character imitates smoking a cigarette with something that isn't a cigarette. Well, that's now suggested drugs use. You could probably get away with an E10 plus, but you're gonna be playing a bit of a risky game there. Because you'll probably still get hit with the T rating. Oh, Caroline be thinking. Rambler, can you help? I'm having a look at all catching a black bass. See what I can do. Oh, thanks so much. I knew I could count on you. I guess I'm fishing after I finish cleaning up my flower paths. Like, here's another example. And this one, it almost seems to depend on who at the ESRB. And I'm going ESRB ratings. I don't really know how PEGI ratings work. Because I'm in North America, I go off of the ESRB. But, like, North American rating-wise, if the ESRB had known about the basically secret ending to the original Metroid, where if you beat the game fast enough, you get to see Samus in effectively her underwear. You could call it a swimsuit, but it's probably meant to have been her underwear. That probably would have got the game hit with an M rating. The fact that ESRB didn't know about it meant it got an E rating. Like, you know, the game itself is an E for every one game. But, if they had known, M rating. Almost guaranteed. Like, I really don't like how a lot of ratings are done, which is where, like, even here, I will suggest to, like, any parent who has kids and you want to get your kids into gaming, use your own judgment on whether the game is safe for them or not. Like, you should know. Like, think back to when you were a kid and think, would this have bothered you? Which means, you know, don't shove them into, like, PT. You know, that's gonna give them nightmares for months, probably, because a lot of kids, they're gonna be heavy fight or flight on that one. They're also not gonna understand a lot of the things that are going on. The topics in that are probably going to be beyond them. And that's okay. They'll get there eventually. But, like, let me even just see if the game's right in front of me. So I do have some games here. I don't even know the ratings on all of them. I know Animal Crossing's an E. Well, there we go. T rating. It's Yu-Gi-Oh! Does it explain? Almost dropped my controller? Let's see. Fantasy violence. Mild blood. Partial nudity. Okay, I'm gonna guess the partial nudity is probably the Japanese copy of, I believe it's Dark Duel Stories or Monster Capsule. Probably has Harpy Lady in it. Harpy Lady is literally wearing more clothes than you would see at the beach. If your kid can understand Yu-Gi-Oh! Rulings, I really don't see the issue with them playing Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, that's the kind of thing I'm at, where it's just like, I honestly, I don't see the issue. Honestly, the biggest issue would be helping them understand the Yu-Gi-Oh! Rulings. Because it's freaking Yu-Gi-Oh! Like... Let's see, can I can't. Okay, I'll just pick this up. And move it. Because I still want my garbage pail. Or garbage bin. It's rather handy to have. Get it shoved back a little bit so you can still squeeze by. Like, Monster Hunter Rise. There's nothing I would say in that game that a kid probably couldn't handle. Other than maybe the difficulty of the game, but that's not what the ESRB are rating off of. Which, you know, probably, I'm gonna guess without looking at it, fantasy violence, blood, potentially drug use. Yeah, alcohol reference, blood, violence. P rating. I remember the alcohol reference. And it's only an alcohol reference if you understand the bottles they're using. And there's a scene where there's a little cutscene where there's basically a celebration going on. And they're pouring what is almost certainly sake out into little glasses, but a kid isn't gonna know that's sake. They're not gonna know that. But, you know, T rating, gotta be a teen to play it. And teen, the definition of that changes depending on the person, but given we have an ESRB rating for 13, that means theoretically above 13. Which I find stupid. Like, I love how I've just gotten on ranting about ESRB ratings now. They are kind of dumb. And I'm sure y'all in the comments would have, like, opinions around the ESRB ratings too. I am highly doubtful that I am the only one to have issue with the ESRB ratings. Like, it's a helpful guideline, but like, I don't see it as the be-all end-all that some people make it out to be. Like, ultimately, you know, it can give you an idea, but even in the case of Monster Hunter Rise, sure, there's blood. You can turn it off. You can literally disable it. So if the blood was your problem, that you didn't want your kid to play the game because of the blood, you can disable the blood. Just keep running into each other today. Don't we squeak. I brought you your fish. Heart's pounding. This is great. There you go. Black bass. Excited you caught my black bass. Thank you so much. Can I please give you this in return? No, you're good. I'm fine. I'll take it. A raglan shirt. Is it better than this one? Yeah, no, I'll keep the open collar shirt. But, like, I actually do wonder of other games right in front of me. Let's see. Do I have anything else that's not in E? I probably don't. Yeah. Just E's for everyone. For, you know, modern, mild fantasy violence. Mild fantasy violence. Comic mischief. I want to know, E for everyone. I'm gonna do my spoiler thing again, for anyone who has not played Scarlet and Violet and cares to keep themselves spoiler-free, once I get these games back in their little stack. When I put my finger down, that's when you'll know spoilers are over. So at the end of Scarlet and Violet, you learn that the professor is dead. They literally make mention she's dead. She's been killed. She was basically, well, he or she, the professor. Mine was a she, the Sada. She was basically gored by a Pokemon. That's effectively what they tell you. There's also an entire storyline about someone's Pokemon basically dying, and you need to help save them. Like, there's constant referencing to bullying, and the reason why Team Star exists was they were being ruthlessly bullied. Like, there is a lot of, like, deep emotional things that happen in that game. E for everyone, but, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! The Early Days collection, because it probably has an uncensored Harpy Lady. Mild, partial nudity, got a T rating that bad boy. Yeah, like, ESRB ratings are so dumb. Oh, Diva's doing a think-thunk now. Does Diva want to visit a house? I almost kind of hope not. Psych till we drop! Squeak! Squeak just ain't revving me up like it's supposed to. So let's try something else. Yeah, good thinking. Got any ideas for a sick catchphrase? Now's the time, Squeak. Alright, sick catchphrase for Diva. She is quacking. She's pretty quackers. I cannot think of... Give her the catchphrase of ESRB. Diva would not be ESRB approved. I'm gonna have to think about this. Yeah, I'm gonna give her Queen. Because it just kind of fits. Cool. So, Queen. That's what we're going with. Yep, you got it. Queen. Bang. Think we got it, Queen. Feels good. I'm gonna start using it right now. Thanks, Queen. It just fits Diva. Like, it fit Fuchsia too, but it really fits Diva as well. And, like, I'm sure I could grab a lot more examples as well of just dumb ESRB ratings. And, like, as I kind of explained, though anyone who was skipping for spoilers didn't get to hear it, there's even some E for everyone ratings that, quite honestly, I would disagree with. You know, I honestly, I think at least Pokemon Scarlet and Violet should be E10+. At least. Just due to spoilers. But, like, that's me. That's, even then, I still wouldn't be like, yeah, my kid ain't 10 yet, they can't play this. No, I'd probably let them play it if they can understand the mechanics of the game, and I would be there with them for their journey, so that when they reached that point of spoilers, that I could, if it did obviously bother them, I could help explain things. I could help comfort them through it. I could, I don't think it would, but if it did, I would want to be there with them. But I'm also a bit weird, because I'm a gamer, so if I were to ever have kids, I'm gonna be there with them while they're playing through their games, until they get old enough to tell me to go, leave them alone. And even then, I'm gonna make it clear to them that they can always come to me with questions about the games they're playing. And I'll always do my best to help them out. I'd probably heavily encourage co-op play. Try to make sure they don't fall into the antisocial gamer trappings that I did. Because, like, I definitely have issues where, like, I'm not the most social when it comes to games. Like, there's a lot of times I'll be playing MMOs and I'm just like, I don't want to deal with these other players. Just make them go away, please. I don't want them here. Turnip prices. 102. Okay, price is dropping, but it will probably come back up again. I could still sell right now and still make a profit. So, This will probably put me up over 200,000, or not. Those fish were not worth as much as I thought they were. But, yeah, like... Back to kind of the original topic. I do want to make that video, and honestly, the more I'm thinking about it today, I kind of want to just hammer it out today and release it earlier today for you guys. But I think that should be something I save for, like, a bonus Sunday video. Mostly because, like, I do want to get Tulip done. And honestly, even just thinking back to Champions of Norath has me questioning what I want to do next for the channel, because now I'm like, I could do Champions of Norath. I feel like that might be a better game for streaming, though, so I don't know. It might be, like, my transition between, like, MMOs, streaming-wise. Assuming that, like, Final Fantasy XIV doesn't become wildly popular on my channel between now and, when I finish that series, like, finish the free trial stuff. Because, like, if it does, I'm gonna keep going with it. I am perfectly fine being a Final Crossing tuber, you know? And I would still have my extra video series for doing other things, keep myself sane, but, you know. Honestly, I feel like playing 14, like, 3 times a week has helped keep me pretty sane when it comes to that game. The more I'm doing off-screen grinding, the less I'm wanting to play it. So, like, you know, I probably shouldn't be doing as much off-screen grinding as I am, but I want more of my classes high level, so that's kind of, you know. But yeah, I've rambled and ranted enough today. We're gonna take a seat in Diva's little garden here. I need to my Animal Crossing case back on top of the stack of games. I still need to clean my desk. I have not got around to cleaning my desk yet. So many things to do. Thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you back here tomorrow for more Animal Crossing New Horizons. See you all then! And now in this end card, I would like to ask, if you liked the video, could you maybe hit the like button? And if you're not subscribed, could you maybe subscribe? It would help me out a lot. Thanks a bunch!